Yes, welcome back to it, your feel-good show, Expresso, live on SABC3. We're chatting relationships, we're chatting love and how we connect with each other. And we know that with all the challenges and the difficulties that we have faced this year, we may be turning to multiple people to seek comfort. It's only human, it's natural. It's a natural thing for us to have places other than our intimate relationships from where we gain that support. But this could also lead to emotional, what we call emotional entanglements. And we're back with therapist, speaker and trainer Asha Dullabh, along with integrative medical doctor Suresh Vassen, to figure out what constitutes emotional cheating in a relationship. And I'll start with you, Dr. Suresh. Is it possible to have more than one meaningful emotional connection or attachment or attraction to someone at the same time?
With social media and technology, it is inevitable. Technology is neutral. It's the human mind body that makes it good or bad. And we are entangled human beings at the physical level and emotional and psychological level. And at the level of energy, we are all entangled, eavesdropping on all our lives all the time through social media. One needs to be aware of why you are being distracted. If you are in a committed relationship, ask yourself, are you at the same point where the relationship started? Are you both at the same point? Have you grown differently at different paces? Do you have different interests and different priorities now? One needs to communicate that to your partner. Ask yourself, what am I seeking to complete me in the second engagement? Let's call it an engagement or connection. Let's not give a negative or positive connotation to this thing called cheating. What am I seeking to make me complete, to fulfill me? Because we are multifaceted, multi-layered human individuals. Self-audit, self-awareness, knowing how you are functioning, accepting your weaknesses and strengths, your light and shadow sides, know them. Know yourself before making any concerted decision.
It sounds like it all comes from a place of missing something. We all sort of have those feelings and we're looking for a feeling, or we're looking to fill a gap somewhere. But it can make it then very, very complicated, Asha. We already have, very varying perspectives on what constitutes physical cheating. I can imagine it's quite complex then to try and unpack what emotional cheating is in this instance.
Sure. I think when it comes to this word cheating, being emotional or physical, I think the key ingredient is that it's kept as a secret. Your partner does not know about it. There's also a level of attraction between the person. And, we connect on various levels with human beings. So we can feel an energy blend in a space of attraction, or we could be attracted to someone in their opinions, in their viewpoints. So there's multiple levels of this connection with people. But we blend with people all the time, and it's about that cup. Sometimes we expect one individual to be able to fill our cup completely, and I think that's almost impossible. And that is why we as human beings, we are searching for our needs to be met. It's all about our individual needs being met, and sometimes we need to find these other connections to meet our needs. It doesn't necessarily have to become a cheating affair or emotional affair. It's about also understanding the dynamic that Suresh spoke about, doing that internal audit on oneself, getting to really understand oneself.
Dr. Suresh, I think the idea here is that sometimes this emotional engagement or these thoughts that you have aren't necessarily born out of the intention to do anything about them. So we don't necessarily want to act on them. What then should we be doing about these thoughts and these feelings when we do have them of attraction, of a feeling of a connection with somebody else other than our partner?
Ask yourself, if the positions were swapped with your partner, how would you feel? Okay? Ask yourself, where is the partnership at in terms of your evolution, your growth, and your purpose and meaning in life? Ask yourself, are you habitually in the same mode of behavior, and for how long has it been happening for? Because what happens is when one engages and connects on a regular basis, it becomes habitual. It becomes almost addictive, and because our addictive behavior is what appeases us, what makes us feel safe. And we think it's okay to behave habitually. It's fine because it's adventurous, and we're finding it that we can lead our double, triple lives carrying on. And this is where the pathology starts. This is a clear sign of a breakdown of the original relationship. So this being honest with what you're doing and accepting yourself, the positive and the negatives, completely. Being vulnerable at physical, emotional, and psychological levels is where it starts. Be honest about what you're doing.
Who are you then being honest with? One, yes, you're being honest with yourself because you're confronting the fact that you have these feelings and these thoughts, and so it's all emotional and it's happening with you and to you. But do you then chat to your partner about these emotions and these thoughts? Do you introduce them to this concept and this existence?
I think what comes up for many people is the fear, the shame and the guilt that creates a barrier to have that fierce conversation. It takes a lot of emotional vulnerability to really have that hard conversation with your partner, because we're scared, we don't want to hurt our partner's feelings. So to have that authentic relationship or conversation with your partner means that you need to start with yourself. And then, of course, if your partner is also able to hear what you are saying, because partners can often drift apart, they grow apart, and while one partner can feel that they are ready to have this hard conversation, the other partner may not be ready to hear it.
And it's about making sure that you've got a mirror so you're able to reflect and say, if I'm ready to have an open and honest and vulnerable conversation with my partner, are they the person or the type of person who would then equally be ready to hear this sort of conversation and not brand it negatively? Thank you so much for this. I love this. I love this conversation. I'm loving it.
The main ingredient is also to replace the pretense with honesty. I think there's a lot of pretending going on. You know, people are just in a state of habit, and need to become more honest.
Most of humanity is fictional. We are playing role after role after role throughout the day. We are not presenting our authentic self. And this is how we survive, because it's the separate ego self that we are hiding behind to make us feel safe. So we are all fictional. Let's use the word fictional instead of cheating.
That's heavy.
Everybody's cheating.
That's deep.
We put our makeup on, it's a cheat.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Are you
We want to
dragging
present
me now?
ourselves to the
It's a
society.
social mask.
It
It's
is.
our egos, our social
But it
mask.
actually really, really is. And when then do we get to a point, we'll chat about that when we do return, where we take off the mask and we put away the performance and we really confront our deepest emotional feelings and being. But of course, the area of relationships, when we return, we do continue to chat about that. We're chatting about intimacy. We're chatting about rebuilding intimacy during the pandemic. It's a big, big conversation that has been coming through on our social media with these questions that are coming through. A lot of people are challenged in that regard. And if you do have any questions, please do throw those questions at us. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. We'll be back just now.